First News with Keeler in the morning on WIBX and WIBX950.com.
Joe Joseph is on right now. It's Veterans Day, and a thank you to all veterans out there today. Joe, good morning. You have a great family story to talk about.
Good morning, Bill, from sunny Sarasota, Florida.
Yeah.
Good
Joe
morning.
Is here when it's nice, and he bolts when it gets like this. What'll it be today? Like 78 and sunny, 80 and sunny?
It's been mid-80s and sunny and very humid.
Lord. Yeah.
How awful.
Yeah, terrible world you're living in. All right, so
I will endure it, though.
So let's hear your story, which is really a spectacular Veterans Day story.
Well, Bill, it started out a couple of years ago almost. I was looking through some old family documents, and what I did is I found an article that my dad was interviewed right after World War II. And what the article was talking about, that he was, it was called the USS Aulick DD-569. They were doing some anti-submarine duty in the Leyte Gulf. And if anybody knows about history, the Leyte Gulf is where the largest battle in naval history occurred.
Yeah.
So what happened was they were doing some cruising around looking for submarines, and they got hit by 6 kamikaze planes.
Wow.
Killing approximately 30 men and wounding approximately 62 or 63 men. So that started a journey. And what the article also said, that my dad earned 3 battle stars, the Philippine Presidential Citation, and the Philippine Battle Stars. My dad never spoke about those things. So I called Congresswoman at the time, Claudia Tenney, to see if I could retrieve those, because I don't even know if he ever took possession of them or not.
Right.
So I was looking to get copies of them if possible. I was dealing with a very nice young man, Mason, who was extremely helpful with Veterans Affairs. So he had me fill out the necessary paperwork to start that journey. And I shared with him a story that he was very, very interested in. I knew that my father had 5 brothers. 5 brothers went in, and 5 brothers came home. And he's certainly taken back. He said, I've never heard this before. I'd like to actually start digging into that story. And as part of that story is my father's younger brother, Lewis, took my dad's Social Security card while my dad was in service and joined the Merchant Marines at 15 years old. Come to find out, my Uncle Lewis was on 2 ships that got sunk in the Merchant Marines and was on a life raft for 17 days.
Oh, my God.
Which, imagine at 15 years old how brave these guys were. And at 17, my dad and his brothers joined the service. So
that's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
You think about what 15 and 17-year-olds are doing nowadays for the most part. A lot different than your dad and your uncles.
Yes, and my dad never spoke of this. My uncles never spoke of this. I knew they all went in the service, and not much more than that. So through the journey, what I found out also, or what Claudia was kind enough to do, she did a presentation in front of Congress, which is on YouTube, did a tribute to the 5 Joseph brothers, which was absolutely wonderful. Then about another 6 months later, she was able to gather all of my dad's Bronze Stars and various other awards that he earned through his battle.
Yeah.
And they did a beautiful presentation at the Fort Oswego, whereas there's a tank commander from from the Gulf War who spoke, and she did a beautiful presentation, and she gave me a shadow box with all of his battle stars and various other awards. They flew a flag in remembrance of the 5 Joseph brothers over Congress and over the Pentagon, and gave me that also. They also they did a beautiful job of framing all the words with the tribute to the Joseph brothers. And they just did a wonderful, wonderful job showing respect of their service.
Yeah. Wow. That's pretty incredible. And it shows you what Andrew brought up about how, 17, 18-year-old today, we're not thinking about important things like this.
No. And unfortunately,
back then, it was everybody. We needed everybody. It was a world war. And, boy, it's just incredible how quickly they must have grown up. That generation.
Yeah, seriously.
How quickly.
Truly the greatest.
They were forced to grow up. It's unbelievable.
And now you've got 15 and 17-year-olds killing each other in the streets, unfortunately.
And just awful.
They came back. They always did a great job raising families.
Yeah.
Took care of all of their responsibilities. They never whined or talked about it. They just went on with their life, and as if nothing happened, which is truly incredible. Today we're in a media where we're talking about everything. Those guys didn't talk about it. They just went on with their lives.
Great story, and a great story to tell here on Veterans Day.
Thank you.
Had to be so awesome for you to be able to get those back and to have that honor. So a thank you out there to Congresswoman Claudia Tenney. And Joe, thank you for telling the story here this morning.
Thank you for allowing me to share this with you and the audience. Really appreciate it.
Have a great day. Thank you. Joe's a great guy, helps out a lot of people, and probably took on some of that from his upbringing. But it is really incredible how this Veterans Day, we kind of take it for granted, but we really shouldn't.
Indeed.
Yeah.